is Robert Mercado from his current works of the Divine Intervention web series. He also did a movie called Godless Men, Latin Lives, and he's even done a great commercial. We're going to sit down with him and talk to him about his upcoming projects and see what is next for this up and coming present for Robert Mercado World Productions. Yes, that's right. I said it. Robert Mercado World Productions. So stay tuned, listen to these great interviews, and as always, these will be available on the Roman Epic Productions channel on YouTube. And thank you so much to BronxNet and to Manhattan Neighborhood Network for showing these shows and also these episodes. Thank you so much to you guys and for supporting this great programming that I provide for these community channels. Thank you so much. I'll see you at the end. Don't be late or don't miss the show. And we're going to start it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm telling you again to stand down.
No, I didn't do anything. All right, he started it.
I don't care who started it. You're not going back in there.
I'm lying, right?
No, it's because you're fucking drunk. I don't give a shit if I did what. I'll personally call your ass in and leave you to protect yourself.
Hey, Bass, what's up?
You know this guy?
Yeah, I do. He lives a couple blocks away from me. I'll make sure he gets home.
You're the person to take responsibility for him?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I better not see him back around here at all. Okay? The only reason I'm doing this is because of Sam. On the butt here.
Be the father of sin. Let me break it down now, okay? We're living through an economic collapse of America. We're on the fucking helm of going through Armageddon. The only certainty I have about tonight is that I'm going to be forgetting my last name and losing my underwear, all thanks to this huge bottle of moonshine that my Jackie tried to hide in the place that she wrote down in her diary. Like I can't read.
Okay.
The meeting is being... Okay, got it.
Hello, hi, welcome to This Is Your Spotlight. I am your host, Rita C. Roman. I am here with the effervescent, ever-present. He will be ubiquitous one day. You know what ubiquitous means? That means he'll be worldwide.
Everywhere.
Okay, and then some.
Okay.
Mr. Robert Mercado. No relation to Walter. Sorry, he ain't leaving nobody behind.
Okay, but I'm in tune. Okay, I can see. I got a gift. I got a gift.
Yeah,
I got a vision.
Yes, this is very true. So I'd like to welcome you to the show. Thank you so much for agreeing to do the show.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Oh boy! So we're gonna start into it, like in terms of your work that you've done thus far.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what have you done thus far?
All right. Well, some of the things I've done so far have been producing my own 2 films, God, I Miss You back in 2014 and Godless Men in 2017. I've worked on the series The Last Call, and actually I shot the entire series of that. It was a web series by Mike Drayden that was great, and then I had worked on the series Latin Lives, where I got to meet some amazing people, and I'd done the play Latin Lives by the brilliant Robert Mercado. He is my mentor. He's a Bronxite, and he kicks ass, and he wrote a beautiful play and a beautiful... it was a play that actually got spun off into a web series. So I was a part of the web series, and it was great. Yeah, the series is up on YouTube, folks, so please watch. Seasons 1 through all of them are there. So please.
How many seasons were there for the show?
There was a total of 2, and then some extra episodes, maybe. But we shot. There was a lot. There was a lot. I shot an episode for the series behind the scenes as a cinematographer, and then I was also an actor on appearing with some of the folks that I'm working with now in my new project. Yeah.
So like the question is, in terms of those two movies that you mentioned, what was the role?
Well, when I wrote and directed and acted in both of those projects, and produced them. And the first project, I was playing, I was playing Bobby Baldy Baez, and right, and it was. I wrote it as like a future version of me in a crazy universe where all the conspiracies are true. All the stuff we hear about that we like, I don't know about that. In my film, we assume it's all true. The government's out to get you, and my character was part of an underground militia trying to take down the continuity of government program, and it had a bunch of drama and sex and all. Not sex so much of I don't do a lot of sex in my my projects. I don't go there too much. I'm like I got a lot of things to cover besides the sex, but we do cover. I think the effects of sex. I think that's more interesting to me than seeing a bunch of people having sex. I think okay, these people had sex, or maybe someone had a bad sexual experience. Now, what's the story we tell from that? Like there's trauma, there's all this. So I like touching on those things because I feel like, everything else is done. So it's like, if I'm going to spend my time doing a project, there should be a message that hopefully maybe someone whose story hasn't been told gets to be told and they get to feel seen.
Right.
So with that was God, I Miss You, and then Godless Men. It was a project based off people's true stories and experiences with the Men in Black phenomenon. So people who had like, okay, people allege I was abducted, I got implants in me, I was abducted, I got pregnant, I was abducted, and not only all these things happened, but then people started knocking at the door. Some people ended up dead. People got ran into the streets out in their car. So there's a conspiracy of the Men in Black that knock on your door if you see anything too crazy. And we know that there's truth to that in extent. In general, like if you're doing something, someone's gonna knock on your door. But the mysterious Men in Black is what that project was about, and try to touch it in a serious way. Like these people it's allegedly their real lives. So I wanted to honor that and go with all the drama and what that would look like. Like, hey, you're pregnant and we didn't even have sex. She's like, well, you're not gonna believe me, but I was abducted, and these Men in Black came. So that was that project. And then Last Call was written by Mike Drayden, and he was a former adult entertainer, and he wrote the series based off the idea of someone getting into gay porn. And now he's telling his friends, like, hey, I'm doing this. It's all these wacky adventures and all these, like, it was a great cast. Yeah, I got to work with Mr. Tim Moss and Mo Bertrand. And again, Robert Mason, that was on it. It was so fun. So yeah, it was great experience. And Mike Drayden's great. So yeah, so fun.
No, but that's interesting. So you've done a lot of sci-fi work mixed in with real life work, and it sounds like a lot, and it sounds very interesting to say the least. It's a little confusing, but I get what you're trying to say.
Imagine being me. How confused you'd be.
Yeah. So like, how did you find time to do these projects, in terms like how much notification did they give you? Did you go through a lengthy audition process and things like that?
Well, I would say with the projects I created, thank God, I'm sleeping with the director, which is me. So I hired myself. So that was great. I was in with that one. So I got, those projects I produced myself. But like working with Robert Masonette as an actor on the series Latin Lives, we became friends, and he knew that I was a filmmaker, and he wanted to do an episode that was really important, discussing gay issues. And I was like, we got to shoot this episode. I'd love to shoot it for you. I'm down. I'm there. Whatever you need, I will do this for you. I'm there. So we shot it in the cloisters, and I got to
not
meet.
inside. You shot outside, right?
Not. Maybe I'm the worst with you think, but we did shoot, yeah, like outside, like within the flowers.
Okay, it's about to
Yeah.
say, like,
You're like, you know, those
you need some
photography is not allowed.
permission.
Yeah.
Dang. If you got
No, we
like
did not.
$5,000 just lying around.
No,
maybe.
you don't want to watch episode 2 and say, no, I'm kidding. No, we didn't shoot inside. We didn't shoot inside.
Yeah.
But it was a great episode. It won a Brio Award, actually. Bronx recognizing its own award, and was recognized for its contribution because the whole project was shot in the Bronx and had a great, strong, diverse cast. Robert Mercado told a great story that really highlighted Latinos in a great way, you know?
Which is
so
awesome.
Yeah, so that was it. Like, we had became friends. He hired me for that, and then a friend of his, Mike Drayden, was creating the series Last Call, and Robbie referred me, and then it worked out. I started helping to get the production done for that series. I came on, and we got it done. We shot it. It was about 12 episodes, and we got that done in a few weeks, one summer, with a really fun cast. And yeah, and I'm grateful on that series and Latin Lives. There was an actor, Mo Bertrand, working there, working on both. And he's producing a series with his husband now called The Fuck It List. And they've asked me to shoot the pilot for them. So everything's full circle. So, you know, that's been like what the audition process is like. Putting yourself out there, making sure people are aware of what services you offer, the talents, like, and being hungry, like letting people know, hey, I'm an actor, but I'm also a filmmaker. I'd love to work with you again. And keep, you know, you have to have a good attitude that someone wants to work with you, and people will keep you in mind. So I'm grateful to have built the connections that I have, because I think it's really all about connections when you're not doing work that you're producing, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey.
So we stopped off at actually talking about the movies that you have done previously and the work you've been involved in. Now let's talk about your upcoming project, The Divine Intervention. For those of you who don't know, or you're not on social media or on YouTube, it's 2022. Come on, everybody.
Come on, people. Work with us.
Get with the times. Come on.
Get one, at least one.
At least something. Come on, you gotta give me something. You can't be living under the rock with the rafters and you have the emergency, kit ready if some stuff goes down.
Okay.
Let's be for real, please.
But I got them too. I got them.
Because I got them.
I'm gonna promote my stuff. I'm gonna get bumper stickers. Don't worry, it's gonna be on the trains everywhere. So don't worry, they're gonna know when it comes out.
Oh my goodness. Dang, bumper stickers. Oof.
I'm gonna go old
stickers,
school.
They got pinned de todo. All right.
Yes.
So, so for Divine Intervention, give us the starting of when it starts and what do you plan it to land up into going?
Like the storyline, where the storyline starts?
Storyline, and basically what initiated the start for you to go into the web series.
Okay. Sure. Well, I think the storyline, it started with a lot of drama, knowing that I wanted to do something that was just real life grounded, because the other projects were super sci-fi. So I drew inspiration from a story a friend shared with me, and then that just evolved. It just became like bigger than me. I was like, whoa, all these different characters started rolling out. I started just even dreaming about working with certain people, and then they said yes. I'm like, oh, now this character is going to be even crazier. And it just evolved. It went from like a one scene, like opening teaser back in 2014, to, you know, at one point 15 pages or 12 pages, then, you know, kept expanding out to finally 33 pages for the pilot. And I wanted to do a pilot because I felt like the first two films I did, I felt like they kind of were pilots in their own way, like, because they end in ways where it's like, oh, this could continue. And I was like, you know, I want to write a pilot with the intention to do more episodes. So go for it.
Robert Mercado. Also look out for his series, The Divine Intervention, and as well as movies called The Effort List, and many, many movies. So thank you so much to these great guests for joining me on the show. And thank you for watching. Goodbye. See you. Good night. Good luck. Stay blessed, no stress.